Isaiah 56 verses 6 through 7 reads this way: And the foreigners who join themselves to the Lord, to minister to him, to love the name of the Lord, and to be his servants, everyone who keeps the Sabbath and does not profane it, and holds fast my covenant, these I will bring into my holy mountain, and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices will be accepted on my altar, for my house shall be called a house of prayer for all peoples. Have you ever felt like an outsider? I think that many people do not enter the church because they feel like outsiders and could never participate. In addition to outsiders, I also believe that there are many inside the church who sporadically attend worship services, but also feel like outsiders. Outsiders never truly experience the joy of communion in the church. In Isaiah's day, there were those born into the nation of Israel and those born outside the nation. The outsiders or foreigners did not have the distinct privilege of participation in worship. And even those who would go through the process of proselyte conversion to Judaism were still, in many ways, looked down upon and restricted in Jewish culture. The Lord here exhorts the foreigners to be steadfast in the faith. For the steadfast foreigner, the Gentile, will experience the blessing of closeness in worship and fellowship. The prophecy speaks of a time when there would be no longer a difference between the Jew and the Gentile in their relationship to God and in their access to Him. All who would experience the joy of God's house would be together. I have thought long and hard about why people do not experience this joy in churches today. Why do some feel like outsiders and others do not? I think there are three main reasons. And first, some are not part of the fellowship since they have not received Christ as Savior and Lord. And these are truly outsiders. And second, some have entered the church fellowship at an arm's length. They've kind of put their arms out. There seems to be some phobia about joining in. They may feel that they cannot make the grade of a spiritual person. Perhaps they're afraid of commitment. Perhaps they've just not really tried to connect and participate in a deeper way. And third, in some cases, the people in the church may have created spiritual barriers, ones they don't even realize that are there. These barriers happen when people present a holier-than-thou attitude or aura in their lives, and these barriers also happen when people tend to gravitate towards the people they know well, unknowingly avoiding those whom they don't know. The result of all of this is that some do not experience the joy of worship and prayer in the fellowship of God's people. To overcome these three problems, we should take 3 steps. And the first is this: for those outside the church, we should build evangelistic relationships, loving relationships, and witness to them. And second, those inside the church who feel as outsiders must figure out how to overcome their phobias and jump into the spiritual waters. Who knows? They just might find that the spiritual water to be refreshing. And third, those who are experiencing the joy of fellowship must break down the barriers to true fellowship. Look for the person whom you do not know and invite them into the deeper fellowship with you. Show them that it is for everyone and that the deeper spiritual waters are truly refreshing.